everyone, this is Brian from ActiveMelody.com. Well, in this lesson series we're going to take a look at some different rhythm guitar techniques. Now, a lot of lessons out there focus on lead, and there's a lot of glory or perceived glory that can be gained from learning to be a good lead guitar player, and some of that's true, but there's a lot of creativity that goes into being a good rhythm player, and that can really make a band sound great. To have a good rhythm player and somebody that really knows when to play and when not to play. So anyway, what I've tried to do in this lesson series is split it across a series of videos and show you some different techniques that I would use. Now, there's a jam track and tablature for this lesson as well. So go to www.activemelody.com to download those assets. You're definitely going to want the jam track to practice these with, but hopefully what you'll get out of this is a little library of different rhythm techniques that you can incorporate into your playing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first part. Alright, so let's go ahead and break down that first part, and I'll show you how to play that note for note. I'll break it down for you, but before we do that, let me play through it by myself with no accompaniment, so you have this as a reference, and then we'll break it down. So here we go. And when I recorded this, or when I wrote this little jam track, I was sitting out on the porch the other day, and I started with that, with an acoustic guitar, and I was going to make a lesson on just that, just a drive and blues thing on acoustic, but when I laid down the keyboard track, I noticed that it obviously took on a different feel. It took on a very mellow, kind of jazzy kind of thing, and I thought I could make a much more meaningful lesson series by showing you how to play a bunch of different rhythm elements instead of just one. You know, there's a lot in this lesson, so I think there's a lot of substance, and hopefully you get a lot out of it. And these are interchangeable rhythm components that you can use in different keys and different styles, and so hopefully there's a lot to this for you. So let's break down what happens. Now, the first thing that happens is we're going to take our pointer finger on the 3rd fret, 6th string, and we're going to play that twice. And by the way, in this lesson, I do a combination, it's sort of a hybrid picking thing, combination of using a flat pick and using my middle finger and ring finger with the right hand. And I'll point that out as I do that, but I did want to sort of preface this, that it is a combination pick thing, but it's not hard to do. You just have to make sure you're holding your pick right, which is like this, you know, between your pointer finger and your thumb. So okay, so you play that twice, and then after that you put your ring finger down on the 5th fret, 6th string, and you just put it down long enough to slide it to the 7th fret, just like that. So those are the first 3 notes that you do. Now, once you slide up to the 7th fret, 6th string with your ring finger, you're going to take your pointer finger and bar the first 5 strings on the 5th fret, like this. Even though you're only going to play strings 4 and 5, it's just easier to go ahead and bar all of them. And so once you push down your bar, this is where you're going to use your pluck with your fingers instead of picking. And I use my ring finger and my middle finger to pluck strings 4 and 5 at the same time to sound like that. So all together, slowly, this is what that sounds like. Okay? Now, after that, you're going to come back and play the 7th fret, 6th string. Then you're going to push your bar back down, same thing. Play strings 4 and 5 again. This time, you're going to hammer on to the 7th fret, 5th string with your ring finger. So you're going to go just like that. Let me do it slowly. Okay, and then we're going to play actually kind of the same thing. The only difference is we're going to play it up a set of strings. So now instead of starting on the 6th string, we're going to be on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and we're going to play. So that's a same thing we just did, but we're doing it up a set of strings. So it's you're going to play that twice. You're going to slide from the 5th fret to the 7th fret on the 5th string this time. You're going to go ahead and bar the first 4 strings instead of the first 5, and you're going to play strings 3 and 4. You're going to pluck them rather with your right hand. So, all right. So let's back up. Here's what we have so far. Now, what happens after that is we play. And what I'm doing for that is I'm just keeping that bar down, first 4 strings on the 5th fret. Now this time I'm going to hammer on to the 7th fret again. The difference is we're doing that on the 4th string, and I'm playing strings 3 and 4, plucking them rather. So hammer on, release it, just play the bar, and then we're going to play. And to do that, I'm going to put my middle finger down. I actually just keep the bar in place. And I put my middle finger down the 6th fret, 5th string. And I hammer on to the 7th fret, 5th string. Just like that. So it goes. So those 2 are plucked. The first 2 are plucked. Then I use my pick to hit that. Okay. So backing up we have. And timing is key in this. Now, obviously, there is no right way to do this. I just sort of made it up. But I would, if you're just learning this, I would set a metronome, or at a minimum tap your foot. But to get the timing right on that, you can hear my foot tapping there, maybe. And there's actually a stop there. So it's just getting that timing right. That's kind of critical in something like this. Now, there's one other part. So after we come back and we repeat the beginning part again, and then we come to this part that goes. Now the good news is this and this are the same thing. The only difference is you're starting 2 frets higher the first time, and then you're going to slide it down 2 frets. But let's go ahead and let me show you what I'm doing. I'm starting on the 5th fret, 5th string with my pointer finger. We're going to do another slide. You're going to notice a little pattern here. It's the same sort of pattern. We're just shifting frets around, but I'm going to play the 5th string, 5th fret, and then I'm going to take my ring finger and I'm going to start on the 7th fret, but I'm going to slide up to the 9th fret, and I'm going to push down. I'm going to bar the first 4 strings on the 7th fret this time, and I'm going to pluck strings 3 and 4, like we've already done. So after I do that, then I come back and play that 9th fret, 5th string. Now we're going to drop down and do the same thing. This time we're starting, the only difference is we're starting it at the 3rd fret, 5th string. So just like that. And then we're back to the start, and it just loops. And you could, if you wanted to, you could just play that over the jam track over and over again. In fact, I would do that in the beginning just to learn that. And what's going to be important is to be able to take elements of that and just use that if you're playing rhythm. So if you're playing, something totally different, you know, to be able to work in some of that. You know, hopefully you can borrow some of those little pieces and then work them in. Now, if you're playing strummy, open chord, acoustic stuff, that kind of thing isn't going to work as well. It works better on a, you can do it on acoustic. It actually works best on an electric probably. But, you know, it just, hopefully you start thinking of how can I take these components and integrate them into something else that I'm doing. So, well, that's all I have for this part in the rhythm guitar lesson series. So thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, you can like me at Facebook, which is facebook.com/ActiveMelody, or you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/ActiveMelody. I've also got the Active Melody website, which is a great community for guitar enthusiasts. There's forums and there's lesson materials and all kinds of information that would be relevant to up-and-coming guitar players. So if you haven't joined that site, be sure to go over and at least check it out. So that's all I have for this lesson. We'll see you in the next one.